men in some type of check, whether it's calling the police on them, we're gonna beat it and hear your side of the story later.
Right.
That's what it is. You guys, black women know this, and they know that we are at a disadvantage. And when they call y'all, they know they coming to y'all rescue, no questions asked. So
No. Last I saw, it was black women going to jail for black men for taking them in after they broke out of prison.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, Molly.
No, because I know black women who either don't want their man on child support or pay the child support so he doesn't go to jail.
That's a super minority.
Y'all
I
just
guarantee
know, but
you
y'all
that.
just see things on the internet.
That's a minority.
And y'all try to apply it to everybody's life. No,
I can guarantee you right now.
We complain about child support, but not the fact that the black community don't get married. Y'all have to grow up.
That's black women's fault too.
But that's the whole purpose.
That's
though.
black women's fault, but it's black men in prison, so maybe they do want to marry y'all, but we got to marry y'all when y'all locked up.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people.
You stupid.
You cannot make this shit up.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
What's going on YouTube? Is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So this video was sent to me by a few of my subscribers who really been egging me on about reacting to this. And as you can see from the intro, I'm starting to understand why. As you guys know, I follow Anton Daniels for seems like a long time now. I'm not one of those guys that agree with everything he speaks on. I know some people that watch me don't agree with everything he says. But it is interesting when he brings other people on so that way you can kind of get different perspectives because, you know, not everybody is living like Anton, who we all know is a millionaire. So, you know, his perspectives is going to be a little bit different from other people's perspective and views. And there was an interaction between Molly and a brother named 2K, and it got really heated. I think the discussion was about child support and women, you know, playing the victim and shit like that. But we're going to see what they talking about. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
I mean, and then don't forget, they still have the protection of men. There's no women that protects men because nobody calls out the injustice that carries on. Nobody. I have never seen a group of women outside of child support court fighting or helping a dude trying to get his child because the mother was bitter. You guys know it take place, but choose to stay silent. Deja, you looking shocked. Am I wrong? You don't got any brothers that's wrongfully on child support? What have you done about it, Deja?
No, I have one brother. Well, my brothers are not on child support. Let me just say
I'm
that.
saying, you know somebody.
Men that are on child support, I don't know any men that were on child support that really was taking care of their kids. So I might be a little bit biased.
I can definitely vouch and say that I am a huge advocate for men not being on child support because that's just something I just don't agree with. If you're not with that woman anymore, I don't believe the woman should try to use that man as a benefit for her own needs if that man is being present in that child's life. I know other people may feel differently and stuff like that, but you're trying to use that man to pay your bills, your lights, your gas, and you go pay your nails and you go do your hair and et cetera, and the child don't get its needs. Trust me, I see it way too many times. And a lot of times it's the parents, it's the families that's pushing these women into those situations and making them even more bitter than what they are. But just to go back to what we're talking about with the war on black men, I believe that women are at war with themselves. So of course they're going to be at war with the black men. They're at war with themselves first. They have a hard time dealing with themselves, being alone and treating themselves, the way that they need to be treated, in order to love, people. So I wholeheartedly believe that they're definitely at war amongst the black men, and then they want to come complain whenever the black men are saying, well, I'm not dealing with you anymore. I want to go with the white women. I want to go with the Asians and the Hispanics and the Latinas and all that. So it's like you really can't, you can't really be mad or upset about it.
Brother on my arm, no brother on your arm.
It's like just
And
really.
Kamaya, it's not just the families. When we were going through our divorce, I had the judges. We had already had our agreements. We didn't need people. We just needed that paperwork done. But the judges were literally trying to convince me to put child support on him. After we already had adamantly said, this is not what we doing. This is the arrangement. We won't put it on paper, whatever you got to do. And the judge asked me, she said, are you sure she told me how much I would get for the amount of kids I had, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, and then looked at me and said, well, if you sure, because you won't be able to come back. And I said, I'm fine. And, she looked a little taken back, but that's fine. I've never had to worry about it. It's just...
And I'm glad she shared her story too, because I've tried to explain this several times on my channel. The reason why they push it so hard is because they make money off of it, y'all. They get in a cut. That's the reason why they can't. You sure? You sure? You sure? Because you're going to get this. But what they ain't telling you is like, yeah, we going to get a cut too. They ain't telling you that part. And to be honest with you, I don't think... it wouldn't surprise me if most women don't know this. Let's keep it moving.
But Nikki, do you know how many women not taking down that deal? So
the baby mama didn't.
That's why I say black women are the new white men, because now they have y'all are the overseers on the plantation now. It's y'all, they empower black women to keep black men in some type of check. Whether it's calling the police on them, we're gonna beat his ass and hear your side of the story later.
Right.
That's what it is. You guys, black women know this, and they know that we are at a disadvantage. And when they call y'all, they know they coming to y'all rescue, no questions asked. So,
no. Last I saw, it was black women going to jail for black men for taking them in after they broke out of prison. And not only that, y'all talk about child support. First off, black people are only 13-14% of the population. We are not the only people on child support. White people are the majority of the people on child support. Why do y'all make child support a black issue? Well, and black women are going to jail for black men. So, I mean, it's just the same thing. And if that is the case, if black women are the new KKK, how do we solve for the problem instead of just saying black women are the new KKK and not coming up with any type of solutions? Because it's easy to always say the same thing, but what's the solution?
Oh my God.
We've been saving, black women have been saving the day. I'm sorry. And sometimes I do have my criticisms towards black women, but it's like, let's live in reality. We can see what we see on the internet and we can have our perception molded, but what do we see when we walk outside?
Not black women saving the day.
These white men and these Hispanic men and some of these other people, they're getting screwed over by child support too.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, black women are the ones that's rallying for it, like really hard, especially.
No, they're not. White men are on it more. If white men are on it more, and if
black
they make
women
up the
on
majority of the population on child support, I think it's white women that are rallying to get child support more than black women.
Pull black women with them.
Exactly.
The only thing I can agree with Molly on about what she said is that there are more white women on child support. However, I think that's just due to the fact that there's just more of them because we're such a small portion of the population. But as far as like wanting child support, Oh yeah, ain't you ain't gonna find too many black women that are gonna go against that. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. And what what the hell is she talking about with this jail shit? I don't know any women coming to bat. To get, I mean, did we forget about the Tory Lanez situation with all the new evidence that's popped up in recent weeks? What the hell are we talking about? I don't know. That's weird to me. But I gotta, because it's been brought to my attention that Molly has a white husband, so that might explain why she kind of talks the way she talks. But I do find it interesting that that she does have the views that she has, given the fact that she is married to a white husband. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to speak on black issues, because I'm not one of those super duper pro blow blackity black pan African blackity black Dr. Umar guys, because I kind of just went over that with the John Cannon situation. But I think I see where guys are coming from, but I'm not gonna sit over here and hold that against her, because then that's gonna make me look like a hypocrite, because I look at John Cannon the same way, and he had a white wife, so I'm not even gonna go there again because I look like a hypocrite. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, Molly.
No, because I know black women who either don't want their man on child support or pay the child support so he doesn't go to jail.
That's a super minority. I guarantee you that.
Y'all just see things on the internet.
That's a minority.
And y'all try to apply it to
minority.
Everybody's life.
I can guarantee you right now.
We complain about child support, but not the fact that the black community don't get married. Y'all have to
That's black women's fault too.
But that's the whole purpose.
That's black women's fault, but it's black men in prison, so maybe they do want to marry y'all, but we gotta marry y'all when y'all locked up.
So now all black men locked up. Well, that's fucked up.
No. But y'all just black men in the black community are always the victim.
All black men ain't locked
up.
This
is why the black community is weak, because the women.
But that's what black women always go to. They say black men locked up and gay. That's some bullshit. There's a lot of good black men out here. Y'all just don't fuck with. They want to be on some up. You gotta make $100,000, be 6 feet tall, or y'all with that I ain't 50-50, all that bullshit going on. But every black man ain't locked up.
Okay, after that take, I think I understand why y'all kept mentioning the white husband, because it is kind of weird considering the first thing that came out of your mouth was men being locked up. What is it with black women and men being locked up that y'all are like so obsessed with? That was the first thing you went to. Really? Men being locked up. Unless you're implying that majority of black men are only interested in that archetype of man, that's not really a good look, Molly. Because based on that answer and that response, that's basically what you're saying. Because that's not most black men. Even if you throw in the rainbow community, that's still not most black men. So what? See, this is one of the reasons why I'm starting to understand more and more why it's hard for men to take women serious, because they are so disingenuous with these conversations, bro. I'm like, just say y'all into jailbirds, bro. Y'all are more attracted to jailbirds than just regular, everyday 9 to 5 men. Because that's what it sounds like to me. I'm like, otherwise, why would you even try to make that argument? Man, y'all locked up. That's goofy as hell, bro. That sounded childlike.
The expectation on a black man is the reason why there's not a lot of rape, like a lot of marriage. Because
y'all don't have any expectations for yourselves. That's why y'all think y'all are victims, and that's why y'all think white people are better. Y'all don't expect anything for yourselves.
But that's the whole point.
Y'all will never get ahead because white people exist. That's sorry.
I don't know what black men you talking about.
The ones I'm listening to every day.
That's
something. Let me just speak on this real quick, because I like what she said. Our people are not worried about getting married, but they are worried about getting child support. It's because that they still want to benefit from a man that they don't want to be with, that they don't like, that they hate.
Why is this only a black issue if black people are the only ones on child support?
They need to stop depending on these men for their resources.
No,
and
they don't. That's what men are for. No. Who do they depend on?
Listen
If they
to what
don't
I'm
depend
saying
on
real
men
quick.
for resources, they depend on the women. Then y'all say the women are masculine.
Saying real quick. Follow what I'm saying real quick.
Shut up, bitch!
The purpose of the resource is for the man to marry you and actually stay with you. The resources are not there just for any woman that says, oh, I want to shake my ass in front of you and I'll do a little something for you. I'm going to give you head or something like that just to get a resource. The resources of the men are for the women that have value. That's why the women should be getting married with these men, but they're not. What they're doing is they're laying with these men, they're being hoes, and they're going suck their dick and they're going throw it and pop it for pimp. And then they want to say, oh, I don't like this man anymore. And then they want to go dump him, but they already pregnant. And then they want to have these babies. And then now they want to say, oh, I'm going to go and take you to court. I'm going to do this.
That's only in the black community. No other race is a baby mama.
They moved on to someone else and they want to get mad. They want to get bitter. Because, oh, now they don't want the baby around this man or that woman.
That's not race specific, though.
They all
not
up
a black woman
and then they got all this stupid mess going on. And then whenever they got friends like me that tell them, hey, you don't need to be putting that man on child support. You need to go ahead and go heal yourself and find you a good freaking husband and cut that junk out and stop being some kind of Jezebel or harlot that's just going out here doing whatever. But no, these women get mad whenever women want to hold them accountable and tell them, hey, you shouldn't have done that to begin with. You should have been right. You should have went married that man. You should have did something with your life. But no, they want to get mad because the man tell them, cover your ass up. Stop shaking, stop twerking on the internet. Stop doing
Ain't nobody telling these women that, though. Come on.
Man, yeah, they do. And as soon as they tell them chicks talking about, you can't tell me what to wear.
And this is not race specific, though.
Hear it. And so these
soon as the man, because that's moving the goalposts. Talk about it's not just black people. All we talking about is black people right now. It's really the modern woman, period. So it can go among all races, but we talking about black people right now. So don't move the goalposts. We talking about black. It's like black men and women. So since we talking about black men and women, that's what we got to talk about.
Well, not only that, I think the reason why it's such a big discussion in the black community is because we have the highest single mother rate in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's the case. If so, that might explain why it is such a hot topic. Or in this case, why it seemed to be getting so heated. But let's keep it moving.
And you can't tell them shit. As soon as you tell them something, they go to, I got my rights. You can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me what to do. All of that shit. We've all dealt with it. You probably done dealt with some of it yourself. I done seen these podcasts. You deal with it all day long. So you know what it is.
It's just an example. Like
until y'all stop killing each other and then saying free Ray Ray, then y'all can come talk to me about child support. Y'all have bigger fish to fry. Y'all can't stop killing each other.
Wow.
Y'all can't stop being the reason why y'all are putting each other in prison.
Wow.
But child support is not your biggest issue.
Child support is just
a
small example.
Wow.
Child support is not your biggest issue.
So
all
niggas in jail and killing themselves.
Might be part of y'all issue. Maybe y'all need to start getting abandoned until y'all can start being more stronger for y'all communities. All y'all do is cry. All y'all do is cry, but y'all are supposed to be the best thing out here. Black men are supposed to be the best thing out here, but y'all cry. Y'all say how y'all can't beat white men, but white men are supposedly weaker than y'all. Come on. It gets old. What are y'all solutions? Y'all don't have any solutions because y'all blame everybody and y'all don't take accountability. That's
what. You know what? It's been brought to my attention that Anton tends to let her rock out far more than other women on the panel. And judging by what I just saw and what seems to be like the last 30 or 45 seconds, I think I finally understand why. Because for the last 30 or 45 seconds, she kind of sounded like him. Yep. But y'all might have a difference of opinion. Let me know what you think about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps to reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.